God gives us ways for us to fulfill His role, fulfill His will, but He also puts obstacles. Meaning, you have akol midei shamayim chutz mirat shamayim. You have the ability to learn Torah. You have the ability to learn baseball. Both are available to you. If you choose baseball, you can't ask, why did I choose baseball? Why did God allow me to choose baseball? You chose baseball because you have a Yetzer Hara that influenced you to choose baseball. Now, God allowed you to choose baseball because if He only allowed you to make the right choice, then there would be no purpose for you in the world. There would be no purpose for you to get a reward if He's the one that's influencing you to only make the right decisions. So Hashem allows us to make the wrong decisions, because that not only allows Him to give us free choice, but most importantly allows Him to reward us righteously. If we're only making the right choice because He's the one that's influencing us, then why would He reward us? Like if, let's say for example, there was a famous story that happened some time ago, I believe, time of Rabbi Lupyan. Rabbi Lupyan said this story. He said when he was a kid, there was the Goyim found one of the non-Jewish people, kids, young kids, teenager, died. Somebody murdered him. So of course the Goyim always want to blame the Jews. Always want to blame the Jews. Why? Because they believe they don't murder. The Christians don't murder. Only Jews murder. So, they don't, even when they eat meat, they don't cut it. It just somehow fashions itself into their mouth. So, of course, every time something bad happens, the Christians blame the Jews throughout all of history. So, as soon as the young man was murdered, they blamed the Jews, and they passed a decree. If one of the Jews does not admit to murdering this boy, we're going to kill everybody. Tens of thousands of people. So Rabbi Lupyan says that the Chacham of the generation came to the head of the Christians and said, listen, before you pass a decree to make sure that it's righteous, today you can verify who the murderer is. He said, how? He said you could use dogs. Trained dogs that know how to smell. You show them, take the clothes from the victim, from the kid that died, let them smell the clothes of this kid, and then have all of the people, Christians and Jews, all line up, one after another, line after line after line after line, and the dogs are going to find who the murderer is. So, the king agreed with this, thought it was a brilliant idea. He says that's the right justice. So that's what they did. They got two top dogs that knew what they're doing. They gave him the kid's clothes, the poor kid that died. They smelled his clothes with the blood and everything else, and then they went one by one. Next to each one of the Jews, next to each one of the Christians. Eventually they arrived and started biting one of the people. Biting him, hitting him, biting. So, that's the murderer. He admitted that he's the one that murdered the kid, and it ended up being a Christian, not a Jew. Now, Rabbi Lupyan says, do these dogs go to heaven? Do these dogs go to heaven? It's a good question. Just imagine how many tens of thousands of Jews they saved because they found who the murderer is. Imagine how much Torah did Rabbi Lupyan, how much Torah he himself taught and influenced into the world due to these dogs, because he was going to be one of the people that got killed also. So should these dogs go to heaven because technically they found the murderer? No? Give me some answers. What do you think? You think yeah. You? You have no idea. Sonny? No idea. No heaven. Get nothing for it? Why not?
Reincarnation as a Jew and have a chance to...
Why, it's so simple to get a Jewish neshama, just like that, like a Coca-Cola? What, just become a human just because you bit some murderer, you become a human?
Don't dogs have a nefesh? They
A body, they're alive, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a human being.
No, so then wouldn't the next step be given the next level?
Interesting. No? But they saved thousands and thousands of Jews, and a lot of people learned Torah, no? So don't they get heaven for that? You don't think so? Newton? No?
There's a program to do.
Ah, we have one Chacham with us. Chazaku Baruch. That's what I was looking for. The dogs do not get heaven. Why? They were programmed to smell. There is no reward for a program. If you write a Sefer Torah on Microsoft Word does not go to heaven. Why? Because it's a program. If something does what it's programmed to do, there's no reward for something that you're programmed to do. If a dog smells, and that's what he's programmed to do, it's not that he fought a Yetzer Hara, an evil inclination says, no, don't smell. Smell the other guy. No, he's programmed. So there's no heaven for something you're programmed to do. Therefore, they do not get heaven. Dogs do not get heaven if they do simply what they're programmed to do. Just like a robot does not get heaven for doing what it's programmed to do. Just like a Jew, that if he did not have a Yetzer Hara, would not have the ability to go to heaven. Why? Because if he did not have a Yetzer Hara, then he would simply be a robot that only does the right things. He would simply be programmed to only do the right things, and therefore he does not deserve heaven. The only time you deserve heaven is when you're programmed to make the wrong choice, not the right choice. Meaning you have to choose the right choice. You have to overcome the wrong choice. Overcome the desire. Huh?
Not necessarily programmed. I'd say if you're given a choice between two choices,
Right.
sounds better, but the other one, the reward is better.
You're programmed to have a desire for certain things. A human being works off of desires. An animal works off of instinct. You have a desire. Now, your natural inclination is to desire things that are bad for you. So food, you want usually things that are not necessarily good for you. Sweet things, non-kosher things. Intimacy, you want things that are not allowed for you. Why? We have a rule in the Torah. Shlomo HaMelech says, Mayim gnuvim imtaku. Stolen water are sweeter. Now everybody knows that whether it's stolen water, or it's free water, or it's water that you just found, it always tastes the same. It's water. But Shlomo HaMelech says, but if you stole it somehow, your negative inclination, your evil inclination says, no, that's sweet water. Why? It's not allowed. They actually did a study. They put a bunch of guys in front of two girls, identical twins. Identical twins. They both look exactly alike. No difference. Some twins, they don't look alike. Some twins don't even look like twins. But some identical twins, I know a few of them, literally, it's like you can't tell the difference. So the guys looked at both girls, and they were asked, which one's prettier? 90% of them picked the one on A, not B. Why? They said she's prettier, but in reality she looks the same. What did they find out later on? A was married. A was married. A is the fit. They didn't even know she was married. They didn't know she's married, but their evil inclination knew she's married. So that's stolen water. The single one wasn't as pretty to them. Why? She's single. It says, it's not so much action. It's not that much action. So this is mamash. It's a scientific research.
Would it be because women have some kind of glow, natural glow?
No, they're looking at a picture. What glow? They're looking at a picture to see which one's prettier. Two of them, it's exactly the same picture. It's a copy. It's like Hashem put one person, put in a copy machine, made a second one. Same exact thing, but the guys always picked, literally, over 90% of them picked the one that was married, without even knowing that she's married. So we see that we have an evil inclination, and this study has been done several times in different ways. Point is that everybody knows if you look into your own actions or the actions of people that you know, you'll see that they tend to be attracted to the wrong thing. You tend to be attracted to things that are forbidden from you. People tend to be attracted to taboo, to things that are forbidden. It's just it's even one of the marketing strategies that some companies use, Hollywood uses, and things of that nature. People like things that are forbidden to them. Everybody knows this. So it's just it's an evil inclination, which you can use for good, you can use for bad. But the point being is that if we did not have this evil inclination, and we only had a good inclination, then there would be no test, there would be no pressure for us to make the right or the wrong choice. which means that we would always make the right choice, and therefore we don't deserve a reward because we're programmed. We're like robots at that point. So that's why Hashem gave us the evil inclination, and that's why we can go to heaven or hell. And the dog doesn't have either option. Why? He's programmed.